What up, gang? I'm Derek with Central Coast Disc Golf here with Simon Lizotte for our video AMA. Alright, to get started, our first question. Yes. What's the biggest difference between US and European disc golf culture?
The biggest difference is that the player level here is a lot higher and the competition is way harder, tougher, and there's way more courses and just, yeah, way more players. That's for me the biggest difference.
Okay, so this was kind of a request, not a question, but what do you think about playing Vista with only a putter?
I love throwing putters, so I think it's a good idea and I want to do it right now.
Can you show us how you grip a driver and putter?
Oh yeah, I have a couple of discs behind me, so let's see a driver. Got a driver right here. Drivers, for high-speed drivers I use my power grip with all 4 fingers, but for all other discs I use a modified fan grip. Only make sure to tuck my pointer in, so it gives me a little more power. And my putters, got a nice new 3-time Macbeth P2. My index finger is kind of more on the rim, but pretty similar to my throwing grip, so yeah, it's pretty simple.
Is Paul's poster still hanging above your bed in the Discmania RV?
Yes, it is still right there. Paul's always with me and I think it's a really funny poster and people seem to love it, so it's still right there. I like it.
Speaking of putters, how far can you throw your putter?
Yesterday I actually measured for once and it was like between 400 and 450, probably around 450, yeah.
Do you have a favorite state to play in?
I love playing in California because the weather is always beautiful, and yeah, I definitely enjoy playing under the sun more than in the rain or cloudy weathers.
What is your favorite activity or hobby outside of disc golf?
I love to sleep and I love to go play some pool. If I have a pool table anywhere, if we go to a bar, I'm always going to be playing, and it's my favorite game after disc golf.
Do you have a job outside of practice and playing?
Well, besides doing like clinics and running specific events, no. All I do is travel and play Frisbee.
What is one Discmania disc you would recommend to an advanced am that has never thrown Discmania?
I would recommend the C-Line FD. It is the best-selling disc in Europe right now, and it's just the straightest flying fairway driver straight out of the box, and it's just really consistent, feels great in my hand, and just to any player of any level I would recommend that disc.
Are you going to have those with you guys on the Flying Circus Tour?
Yeah, we'll have all this stuff, all kind of stuff.
What do you do between rounds during extended breaks to keep your muscles from knotting up? Do you use physical therapy, stretching, or any sort of routine?
Between rounds, not really. I kind of just try to relax a little bit, maybe do some stretching here and there, but I still feel really young, so I'm kind of relying on my body just to recover by itself.
Why do you play so fast? Other players take their time, but you're often throwing right away. Do you think slowing down would help your performance?
I'm not sure if slowing down would really help me. I believe that the more you think, the worse it might get. So if you just don't think at all, you're going to play your best. And just by being quicker, I give myself less chance to think about it. And obviously it results in bad decisions sometimes, but most of the time I feel comfortable doing it.
What disc besides the Boss is capable of breaking the world distance record?
Probably Discmania's Blizzard DD2.
At Memorial, Paul Macbeth, his bag got stolen. Are you taking any extra measures to prevent your bag from being stolen?
No. My bag is always locked up somewhere, and even though for me it wouldn't really matter if my bag got stolen, because obviously, of course, it wouldn't matter because it's my bag, but I replace my discs all the time anyway, and yeah, it would just be weird because someone stole my bag, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
What was it like eating your first lobster?
It was great, and I didn't have to pay for it, so that was even better. And being in Maine, obviously lobster is I think like a known and special dish there, so it was cool. Can't wait to go back.
What's the most pressure you have ever felt for a putt, and does it help your game or not?
I feel like pressure sometimes helps my game for sure, just because I can get more in the zone better when I feel a little bit of pressure. And the most pressure putt probably was one with absolutely no pressure. For me, my last putt at the Glassblown Open, just to finally beat all of the American players. It was just like so much weight off my shoulders, and I was so nervous before that putt, and yeah, just great.
How often did you putt off the top of the Deep in the Game Tour RV last year?
I actually didn't keep track of how often. Probably a couple of times, maybe like 20 times, but it's just fun, nothing serious.
Did you make them?
I made most of them, of course.
Of course. Have you ever worked with a coach or studied form to develop your distance? Was it just field work, or how'd that come about?
Well, I started when I was really young and before I could even think about anything, so it was all natural for me, and my dad just taught me how to throw. And I don't really remember starting or ever practicing. It was just natural, and just keep practicing, it'll happen.
What discs were you usually playing with when you first started?
When I started, I only had a putter and a rock, so I actually got lucky for that, I think, just because I learned to throw actually a frisbee before I went to like high-speed distance driver, which are really forgiving for bad form and just hyzer out every time. So throwing a putter really helped my game.
So you recommend that for amateurs trying to work on their form and their game?
Yes. Play a lot of catch, maybe also take a frisbee and just learn to throw the frisbee, learn to throw putters on your home course, just play around with only a putter, and you'll notice major differences after a couple weeks.
For the days that you're out of it and playing poorly, is there something you do to tell yourself to lose that funk? Any type of mental triggers help you get back to normal?
We've played so many rounds, we've played so many holes, we have so many terrible shots in our careers, and it's just nothing special anymore. You just throw a bad shot and I just tell myself, dude, what are you doing? Just try to keep smiling and try again. Pretty much, that's it.
What do you look for when choosing shoes for disc golf?
I'm looking for the Nike swoosh.
I had a great experience when you and Avery came here to Maine last summer for the Discmania tour. What are your plans for Discmania tour this year? Will you still be doing it? Will you be going to the same spots?
So, because Avery had a child, he will not be at the part he was last time for me, so he won't be my traveling partner. But I have a new partner. I'm traveling with Jamie Thomas, who is the voice of Spin TV, and also just a great friend of mine. So we're gonna hit the road, and we have a new concept, the Flying Circus, where we're gonna do a lot of promotion for Discmania. You're gonna try a lot of Discmania stuff. We have new shirts, and just some distance clinics with me, obviously, and I'm gonna do a lot of demos, and we're gonna publish the schedule as soon as possible.
What's the best way for someone to get the most out of one of your clinics?
I would say listen, and really listen, and just slow everything down, and most important lesson is relax. Keep it simple.
Okay, so what's your favorite course, state and city to play in, I guess?
My favorite course? The courses I enjoyed the most last year in the States were the Milo McIver courses in Portland. I really enjoyed Portland anyway, and Oregon is a beautiful state. So, and also I enjoyed the USTGC course just because it ruins my life every time I go there. But it's just a challenge, and it's so fun to play there. My favorite city last year, I really enjoyed Austin, Texas, because we went to the music festival there, and it was just a crazy week. And I'm looking forward to go back.
Your commentary on the Memorial was the most interesting pro commentary I've ever heard. Do you have any more planned? If so, please don't change your style.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you liked it. And I do have planned more, not specifically right now, but I'm working close with Innova and Discmania and Spin TV. We're all like kind of one family. So as long as they offer me to do it, I'm glad to do it, and as long as you enjoy it, I'll be glad to do it even more.
What's your opinion on playing par 3 courses versus creating new, longer courses with par 4s and 5s?
I love both because I like every course I play. I like technical little holes, par 3s. Usually when I get to a course, people always expect me to like the long holes, and I really love ace runs and I love short holes and just like birdie fest. That's like a party, so why not? And the long holes obviously I like because I can throw really far, but it's not like anything special. It's just I enjoy all kinds of courses.
Does being able to throw farther help you be a better putter?
Oh, that's the question. No, probably not. Being a good putter is just all in your head, and it's not really technique, because if you look at the top 20 players in the world, everyone does it completely differently, with a different grip, different putters, different form. So it's not the form that makes a good putter, it's what's up here, and that's just training and just being relaxed and just knowing that you can make the putt.
I watched some of your freestyle disc moves at that skate park. Nice moves.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you ever play other disc sports? Or any plans to set a new throw, run, catch record?
I love throwing regular frisbees. I love playing catch. I play with catch with Avery all the time. I'm not great at freestyling. The video I did was the one move I can do, the scarecrow. So that one's fun. And I love breaking out the condors, like the lighter, bigger disc golf disc for MTAs, and being able to throw really far. I can throw really high too, so I can get great times on that. And throw and catch, one of my favorite things to do, just to see how far I can bring it to catch it again. And my record is 89 meters, so that's around 280 feet, I would guess.
One of the strongest parts of your game is the distance you throw. What steps did you take to add distance to your throw?
I went out at home in Germany, and we had a soccer field just outside of the house, and emptied my bag back and forth every day until my arm hurt. And then I started growing and I could start to throw farther. I remember the day when I was able to throw farther than all the other players in my hometown, and it was a really good day. And from there on it just went farther and farther every year. It's pretty cool.
What is the biggest obstacle in the European disc golf scene for it to rival the US in terms of scale or tournament payouts?
Yeah, European disc golf scene is different, because the belief in the States is kind of right now, the more payouts we have, the more the sport is going to grow. And in Europe, we're kind of working on building media before we can build the tournaments. So we have a lot of live broadcasting in Finland and also Sweden right now. So disc golf is more on live TV than ball golf or tennis or volleyball. So that's pretty cool, and with that more sponsors will come, and then in the effect of that will be more prize money.
When you're playing, do you prefer to talk and hang out with players on your cart, or do you like to be serious and focus on the round?
I prefer talking, but I don't know what my game prefers, because when I shot the 41 at Fiesta, I didn't talk to anybody. I was just focused on not talking to anyone and playing my game, and it seemed to work. So yeah, I don't know what I should do, but I of course enjoy messing around and just talking and having fun.
Is there anything about your personal game that you're not happy with, or that you intend to work on?
I don't like my mental game sometimes, because I feel myself thinking too much. And yeah, sometimes my shot selection is, if I watch the videos on YouTube, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You could do this way easier. So yeah, sometimes I would like to work on my shot selection and mental game.
Are there any drills you recommend for someone who wants to improve their accuracy?
Pretty much practice and follow through. Following your shot can really increase your accuracy. Just make sure to pull through on one line and follow your shot.
I was at a clinic tour last year and enjoyed meeting you. Did you have a fun experience, or was it more like a part of the job kind of thing?
Sometimes it felt like part of the job, and it was pretty exhausting, but most of the time it was really fun, because every clinic it's new people, new players, and every time it's something new. and just seeing so many people improve and enjoying what we tell them and how we help them is just really cool. So I'm looking forward to do it again this year.
So of all the top touring pros, you probably take the most risks, go for the big shots when others stick to the middle of the fairway. I know you're probably taking the easier line given your ridiculous throwing capabilities, but it must take some sort of mental preparation. What do you think of to put possible failure out of your mind?
I don't try to put possible failure out of my mind. I obviously know that I can fail when I try something crazy because it's happened many times. But I just believe that one crazy shot can have like a bigger impact than winning a tournament. Just people talk about a crazy shot on their local course. They have like never even thought about that line, and that just sticks in their head, and they tell their friends, and then suddenly I'm like a known player there, even though I played a bad tournament, just that one good shot. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Other than the insane distances you throw, what do you feel like is the strongest part of your game?
I feel like on a good day, my putting is my strongest part, even better than my drives are, because it's really my daily form, but sometimes when I'm on point, I make pretty much every putt.
So someone's moving from the US to Berlin, Germany. Are the disc golf clubs well organized in Germany as they are here in the States, and any recommendations?
I don't know how well organized they are. I can't really say anything about that, but Berlin doesn't have a course. I know Potsdam has a course that's pretty close, and they have a pretty big club too, but disc golf is a mess in Germany as far as I'm concerned.
How long until we have a European world champion?
I'm trying. It's tough. I mean, there's so many, okay, not too many, but a couple really good players, and obviously Paul Macbeth is really tough to beat at the moment. So I don't know, I feel always a little more pressure on like long tournaments, and the world's always had like 7 to 8 rounds, and being consistent for 7 to 8 rounds is that's like the real challenge. I can play 3 good rounds, maybe 4, but 7 is really tough. So I hope one day, maybe this year, possibly.
How important is professionalism to being a pro, or is it enough to be just really good at disc golf?
Avery and I last year tried to be as professional as possible, but being on tour, we kind of wanted to enjoy ourselves more than like treating it as like our official job to play tournaments. Just a lot of hanging out, having fun, just doing whatever we want to do really, and if there's no time for practice, then there's no time for practice because we're doing something else. And we can still go out and play any course. We can even play like a course blind and still shoot the hot round. We're just so used to playing new courses and being under pressure all the time, so it's pretty much like a fun road trip more than a professional tour.
So it kind of leads to this one. You sometimes have a completely different approach to shots compared to other top players that makes you more entertaining to watch. Do you often just make stuff up, or do you have a plan?
Yeah, I see myself throwing discs, throwing shots in tournaments that I have never even practiced in the practice rounds. Like I try to, when I go to a tournament and practice the course, I always try to like, okay, you're going to do this, do that, and then I'm in the tournament, and even if it's only like 10 people watching, I kind of like feel the need to do something crazy just like for them to see. Yeah, I don't plan crazy stuff usually, just want to do it whenever I want to do it.
Why are there so few Europeans at the top? Do we train different or less? We should be able to produce more great players. What are your thoughts?
First of all, there's way more players in the States, so obviously there's more better players in the States. And I think it's a lot about the competition, because if I go to a tournament in Europe, I have like 3, 4, maybe 5 players to beat. And if I go to a big tournament here, there's like 30 people to beat. And that's just the big difference, because the Americans are so used to having all these other top competitors. And that's why when Europeans come here, it's like a whole new game. And I noticed last year I really had to get used to the tough competition.
What was your path to get to this level?
Well, I started in Germany. Everyone knows that. And when I was 15, I turned pro, and it took me 1 year to win German tournaments, and then I started winning every tournament. And I started playing the European Tour. Again, it took me 1 year until I won my first tournament, and then I started winning most of the tournaments I played there. And yeah, and then I had to bring it to the States. And last year went pretty good for me for being my first year. I won the Glassbond Open, and I had finished top 3 a couple times, almost every tournament top 10. And this year has been really good so far. I've been shooting way over my rating, so I hope it continues, and I feel comfortable right now.
So in a recent, I think it was on Twitter, UC said something about he thinks the national tour courses should be harder. Right. What do you think about that? Do you agree?
He kind of said they should be harder. What I read of that is, I think putting should be harder, because the courses are not that hard. You can, on most courses, you can throw a sloppy drive and still get a birdie. Like that's probably like 90% of the holes we had at the Memorial. You can like shank a drive, like pro shank, and be like 40 foot out on an easy hole, and then just make a 40 footer, which we make to like 50%, and you still get a birdie. And that's just a huge difference to ball golf, where putting is like the toughest part. So I'm really looking to getting a smaller basket to make putting tougher.
So we asked Paul McBeth at the Wintertime Open if he could change anything about disc golf, and he said something similar about having a more narrow basket.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, or if you could change any one thing, what would it be?
I would change the basket. I really like the bullseye baskets that already exist, like just slimmer, but I also want them like smaller, just like that. You really have to make a good putt for it to go in, because yeah, sometimes even bad putts go in, and sometimes like really good putts don't go in, and that's like the messed up part about the game.
Okay, and that's all the questions. Is there anything else you want to say, or anything about the upcoming tour, or anything you're excited about, or anything at all?
I'm just glad to have disc golf as my job right now, and just keep smiling and keep going and relax, most important part.
Right on.
Perfect. All right, give me a number.
27.
Not like 27. Give me a real number.
Okay, 65.
I mean for real.
Okay, 84. Jesus. All right, high-tech equipment behind the scenes. All right, ready?
Step back one step, please. Thank you. Perfect.
All right, ready?
Born ready. So, give me a number.
27.
I think 27. Give me a real number.
64.
Not like 64. The real number.
Okay, 85. Come on.
Oh my God! Why?
27.
I like 27. Give me a real number.
25. 26.
I like 26. Give me a real number.
27. 27.
I like 27. Give me a real number.
God damn it, Simon.
26. I got it. So give me a number.
No, hold on. It's doing this again. We're gonna try to get it this time. Okay, 63.
I like
63.
Is that real? Why does it do that every time?
64.
No.
Alright, what are you gonna throw?
25.
For real?
Yeah.
For real, 25?
No, 26 probably.
Okay.
Alright, give me a number.
26.
I like 26. Give me a real number. We're gonna get this. It's gonna be good.
27.
I like 27. Give me a real number.
That was 30.
Really? I'm terrible at disc golf. Whoa. 2 times for that even.
29.
I like...
That's 29. 88!
88! Yeah. How 88? How should I get 88?
Because you do 88.
Alright, give me a number.
27.
Not like 27. Give me a real number.
Okay, 65.
I mean for real.
Okay, 84. Jesus.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Finally.